All right.
Hi, everyone. We are back. This time, we hope we get the project completed.
I know, right?
Lisa was having a few issues in case you weren't there this at noon. She was having a few issues and she kept popping in and out. So either her connection was unstable, something was going on. So
I
we
don't know.
will have her do her project again
Yes.
in a couple weeks.
Yes.
So at least she's ahead of the game now.
That's what Rich said. But I don't like missing. I don't like miss doing my lives. I love doing them, and I get so frustrated when,
When you
but
go live, technical issues you cannot help, and I think people are very forgiving of that. Hey,
yeah.
Jeannie. Hi, Helen.
Hi
Hi,
girls.
Isabel. So we're going to see if
Hi.
Lisa can stay with us this time.
We can hope.
You know, for those of you that are new to us, we do Bella Crafts, and it's a free digital download magazine 4 times a year. The summer issue just released yesterday, and the cover is, I say this all the time, but the cover is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
My girlfriend, or our girlfriend, Julie McGuffey, she sent me the picture because she was going to do, when I was there with her in May, we bought the bags because she was going to make this rosette flag. And she didn't get it done before I left, and she sent it to me. She sent a picture of it on her mantle. I said, "That's the cover
Oh
right
yeah.
there. That is the cover."
Beautiful. Beautiful. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. It's a gorgeous cover. But you always do gorgeous.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
it's the
every single
photography
time.
of others that make it gorgeous.
Well, this is true. And Julie does an amazing job at staging things and making things look pretty. She does a great job at that. So that
Well,
also
15
helps.
years in television.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
she knows.
Yeah.
Isabel, you hope everything is fine with my family and that Lisa's hands are continuing to heal. Lisa, how are your hands?
Actually, not too shabby. This is the latest, this one.
I
So
can see it.
yeah, it's actually not too bad. So, you know, I'm doing good, is Isabella. It's gonna take time to get full strength and all of that, but for the most part I'm doing great, and that's all I'm grateful and thankful for that.
Right. And Isabel, thank you for asking. I
Yeah.
don't think I mentioned to anybody. I just said I had a family emergency, and my mom wasn't had a fall, and she was in the hospital, and she's in a recovery place right now.
Yeah.
Um, I would go and see her every day if I could. I live in Minnesota. She's in Florida. My brother lives down there with her, and I talk to her every day right now. And I'll go back down again. Um, I almost bought a ticket yesterday. I was like, well, I could just come next week, but
Yeah.
we'll wait until she comes home so I can be of more help to her and my brother at that time. But thank you
Yeah.
for asking. It's she's 92.
Yeah. Lots of
So,
prayers for her. Lots of
and
prayers.
I had a meeting this morning and somebody asked me about my mom because she knew. And I said, well, she's 92, and she said, but she's still your mom. I'm like, yeah, yes, she's my
Always.
mom. So,
And you're having a hard time being home when that she's there. So
yeah,
you'll go back down again.
yeah,
You'll go back down again.
um, yeah. It was a bad fall.
Yeah.
So, anyways, today, I am doing. Of course, I'm winging it again, kind of. I have part of the project done, but it's so
Love it.
close to 4th of July, and this has been on my mind for a long time to do. I just didn't pull everything together. So I'm using my stencils from Stencil Girl. They're the Americana ones. They came out, I think, 2 years ago. But
Yeah.
I love, love, love these stencils.
Yeah.
And I have lots of grandkids. So I thought if the girls wanted something fun to do this summer, we could upcycle a pair of their shorts or something. So I'm doing it on I do keep things. I'm doing it on a pair of shorts that were my youngest daughter's, and she is, in her 30s. Well,
Oh my gosh. Where I don't even want to think about thinking, oh my gosh, I forgot she was that old. Oh
yeah,
Lord.
yep, yep. She's not very,
Oh,
young 30s.
she is.
But these were her shorts, and I thought because I save old things, I'll cut the pockets off, I'll cut pieces, I'll use old jeans to patch other jeans. And as I was going to do it to a pair of mine, I thought, well, I don't know if I really want it on the back of my jeans. But they'd be cute on a little girl's pair of jeans.
Oh, I
And
yeah.
well, yeah, but I wanted to see how it worked first.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't mess up the
But
good jeans yet.
that's what we're going to do. And when I put the camera down, I'm going to show you where I got the inspiration for it too.
Yay.
So I am going to put the camera down. Isabel, I use old t-shirts and cut them up for yarn. That is a fabulous use
That
of old
is.
t-shirts
That is. Did not
because
even think
it
of
makes
that.
great yarn. I love that.
Hi, Lisa. Yeah.
So yeah, I love that idea. But
That's a good idea.
so these are I had two 9x11 stencils, and this one is more the Americana and the fireworks because it has a heart flag and it has kind of a tattered flag. I gotta switch this. This is kind of opposite. I'm gonna switch my camera real quick. There we go. That looks normal now.
Oh,
So
you had it. Oh,
the
yeah.
Americana, and these are fun. And then this one is more for backgrounds. So you have the stars, you have the waves, the wavy stripes. I do have just a burst in there, which can be used for many ways, but it's really great as a sunburst. And then I have this one, which I love. If I get up really close, you can see it's kind of tattered. It's the stripes, but they're kind of imperfect. It has little ridges. It's not perfect. And I thought this one would be the perfect one to use on the jeans. And I got this idea from, I had created a banner a couple of years ago when these first came out. And hi, Jim Scatina. I created a banner. So I took the banner apart so I could show you, but these remind me of denim pockets. And this shows each one of those stencil patterns. So on here, you can really see more the ruggedness of that pattern. And here's the heart. I love, love, love that one. And the stars. So these, because the banner I made, it was more like denim pockets to me. And I did it in the red, white, and blue. So I thought this would be a perfect thing to put on the back of a pair of jeans. Or as you guys know, I do a lot of saving jean pockets and making little tiny purses. This would make a cute little girl's purse too. So this is where I got the inspiration. And so to get started, I'm going to show you how I started. So this is just a pocket. It's not on a pair of jeans, but it's a good way to show you. And I just take some painter's tape and I'm going to tape around like under that little tiny lip of the pocket. Those are big stencils. Who made them? Lisa, they're my stencils that I license with Stencil Girl. So they're available at Stencil Girl. Lisa can put the link in there for you.
Already.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. And I answered Lisa too. So.
Okay. I just saw the question up there.
Yep.
So I just tape around the entire pocket with painter's tape, because painter's tape will protect the rest of the area of your jeans or your shorts. And you'll have a nice clean line, and it comes off easily, and it doesn't leave a residue. Now, if I was going to do this as a little denim purse, I would also want to keep part of the background of the jeans there so that I could do this. You wouldn't have to. I have a lot of pockets just cut off of jeans, and they could easily be painted, but this gives you just a little bit more surface. And then right up at the top, I go right at the top of the opening of the pocket. And then I take an extra piece and put down right inside. So the extra piece, I just kind of make sure it's smaller than the opening of the pocket. And I just put that down inside. That just gives it a little bit extra protection. Okay, so you have that all done. And then I'll show you on my jeans, but right here, I just want to show you. I would take either a red or a blue. This is just acrylic paint. There are mediums that you can buy to mix in with the paint to make it fabric safe, so it's washable and it doesn't get hard. Or you can use fabric paint. So whatever you have. But I would paint this entire pocket either red or blue. And I have mine done because you didn't want to sit and watch me painting. So this one is blue. And interesting thing, when I was painting it, the back of these pockets, you can see right here, it had stitching lines and it had different designs in there. So I was covering the entire design too. So some areas are lighter and darker, but that's totally fine for what we're doing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I painted one pocket blue. I painted the other pocket red. So I painted it red. And then I had taken this stencil and I just lined it up. Of course, it's not going to be exactly the same now, but I lined it up and I taped it down and I did white. And I pulled it up and then I used, because I want a little sparkle, I used some of my Confections glitter from Emerald Creek. This is the Starburst, which is white. It's like an iridescent white, and it's super fine glitter.
It's beautiful, man.
But I sprinkled that on, and then I shook it off, and then I kept going until I had all of my stripes done. But this is imperfect because these lines are imperfect, right? Like I showed you, there's a hole, they're kind of distressed, but that's okay. It made this easy because if anything would have seeped under, it wouldn't matter. If it bothered you, you could take a Q-tip and wipe it away. But I think that's cute. And then can you see the glitter?
Yes. Yeah,
The glitter.
you could see it on your table too.
Well, it's all over my table. Yes, I need to.
No, but I meant on
It's
the
all over my
pocket.
floor. I do love glitter. So you can go in between on the red to get all of that excess off just with a brush. And because you put it on the paint when it was wet, it's going to stay, especially if you've mixed your paint with some of the medium or are using fabric paint. But this is my test, and I do love how that turned out. So for this side, I did not stick anything inside the pocket because I didn't think anything was going to seep through to the other side, and it didn't. But denim is pretty thick, so I thought I was safe. And for this one, I took and I taped off all of my little half stars because I'm going to put white stars on this blue. And I didn't want to have this in an area where I had half a star and I still needed to put something on the pocket, and then I would have to try and turn this around to finish it. So I just took, like this one doesn't have the tip, and then these ones are like in half. So I just taped all of those off. So whatever stars I put down, they're going to be the full star. And I'm going to, my pocket's right up there. I'm just going to put this down and I'm going to tape it. Actually, I'm going to move it over right about there. And I'm going to tape it down. If you can also use like pixie spray, which is a spray adhesive you can put on the back of your stencils so that when you put it down, it is just there. It just stays. But I have a love-hate relationship with pixie spray because it gets on the back of the stencil and then everything's sticky. So I don't love that part of it. And I'm just using a plastic plate and I'm going to put some of my paint out. You don't need a lot for the stars. See, I just have one little drop. And I am using a good stencil brush. And I'm just dabbing up and down and then dabbing off because you don't want too much paint. It's better to go in and add more paint than to have not enough. And then I'm still going to hold this down as I'm pouncing. And I'm just going to pounce. And if these stars aren't perfect, because some of them are so small, I'm not going to even worry about that because they'll go with the distressed look of my stripes. And just add more paint as you need it. And I'm just holding it near the area where I'm pouncing. And if you don't get enough paint, if you pull this off, you can wait until it dries and then reline it back up. That's what's beautiful about stencils. You're able to reline things up. I would not do it when it's wet, and I would not do it when your stencil is wet, right? I see I missed this star, so I'm not going to do this star because it's right at the edge of the pocket. It'll be fine. But this is how quick and easy it is. But because we're going to put glitter on, you want to move fast. You want to be able to get the glitter on while the paint is still wet. And I'm just going to do a couple more because I want this area dry right here. So when I move the stencil, I still have that dry area. Now I'm going to pull this up and you can kind of look. Isn't that cool? It's so pretty. I'm going to set this aside and then I'm going to take my glitter and I'm just going to cover. And this is the same painter's tape I had on when I did the blue. I didn't remove it. That way everything is still protected. And I do use more glitter than I need, as you can see. But you're just putting it on wet paint and you want to make sure that you get all the areas. Now I have a piece of copy paper here and I'm just going to tap off all of that excess. Now I'm going to hold my jeans and tap it from the opposite side. I'm not going to get it all, and I know that, but that's fine with me. And now I'm going to shake it. That's why I have glitter all over my floor. But I'll vacuum when I'm done. But that kind of removes a lot of that. Now I'm going to take this stencil again and trying to be careful not to go over any stars I've already done, right? And I'm going to more hold it down than tape it because those stars are still wet. And I'm going to come in and do more stars. See how easy this is? And the results, they're so instant. With a stencil, you get such great results with minimal effort. I think I like the stars more than I like the stripes because they really pop on that blue background. So I'm trying to be careful about not getting my fingers in too much paint as I'm doing this. And I can kind of judge how far I can go by looking at the red pocket across. But whatever stars I do, whether I'm on the full pocket or not, I want to make sure that I do the complete star so I don't have to line that back up. This one is going off the pocket, so I can just go right there. I can tell that's the bottom of the pocket. So you can pounce or you can rub. I usually pounce because I get less paint underneath, right? It's easier not to have too much paint. Isn't that pretty though? And then you want to come in right away. And so I keep several of my glitters like in beautiful little containers that I use a lot because it makes it easy to pour back in. And they're pretty sitting out in my room. So I'm going to tap that from behind again. Try to get as much glitter off as I can. And then shake it. I'm going to pick this up. So now I have 2 pieces of copy paper with glitter. But because I have this great little container, I'm not trying to get it into a little tiny hole. And it just sits on my shelves behind me. So I know I need a couple more stars here and here and here. So what I'm going to do is I have this, because this is wet and I don't want it to get everywhere on there. I have these little stars here and I have these stars here. So now I can kind of pick and choose, and I'm not going to tape anything down. I'm going to put a little more paint out, and I'm just going to pick and choose a little bit of where I want to put the stars. And if I'm using just one or two of these stars, I can very carefully move this around. Otherwise, I might wait until they're dry and then come back in and add another star or two. I think I can just do one more right there. And I need one right there, so I'm going to take this little tiny one. Trying not to get into the other stars so it seeps. Isn't that cute though? So cute. Now when I pull this painter's tape off,
I love that.
That's when you'll really see how cool this is. So I'm going to grab the excess again. And I like just copy paper because it's easy to fold back into whatever jar you have or whatever container you have for your glitter. And it's inexpensive. So when you're done, I just love the stars. If I wanted to put one or two more stars there, maybe I will. Maybe I'll put one up there, one here. But I want to do the reveal for you. So we pull off everything from the pocket. And you don't have to worry so much because this blue paint that's on this painter's tape, it's all dry because it has been, I put it on a couple hours ago. And if you wanted to do this in one setting, all you'd need is a heat gun. So you could heat set the blue or red paint before you put the stars and stripes on. And because you put that tape right under that edge there, you get such a clean edge for this. Isn't that cute? No, aren't those cute? Let me see if I can get the whole thing in. Isn't that cute? I just love them. I think they turned out great. The design is really effective. Thanks, Isabel. It's so cool and easy. Yes, Renee, it is super easy. And you don't have to limit yourself to the back of a pair of shorts. You can do it on a pocket. You can do it on anything. And like I said, I did all those pieces for my banner, and that worked out really good. But they're just super cute, and it was easy. You just have to try it. Just give it a try. I'm going to bring Lisa in.
Okay.
But yeah, aren't they just super cute?
I love that. I think that that's absolutely adorable.
It's just super cute. And I could have gone horizontal instead of diagonal with the stripes, but I just thought that gave it an extra little cuteness.
Yeah, I love it like that.
I know it was
because
just
kind of, when you have the two pockets together with it being diagonal like that, your eye travels better from one to the other. I think it's very, very cool.
And I mean, if you're not a glitter
I
girl,
love
you
that.
don't have to do glitter, but
Oh,
there's all these beautiful iridescent paints. You could use iridescent
yeah.
paints. You know, you think the Diagonal Sparrow thinks, Isabel. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can use iridescent paints. You can use whatever you want, but they're just so cute. And
Love
when I
that.
have one of my granddaughters here, if they're not too big on them, I can have them try them and get a cute shot too. I issued the begin.
Oh,
Will
maybe
the
not.
glitter wash off if you put it on when the paint? If you're using fabric paint, and you put it on when the paint is wet, you should be fine. Yeah, I've been doing this for many years, but you have to get it when the paint is wet because it will dry into the paint and it'll be fine.
And then you mentioned too about you if you're using like plain acrylic, if you
Yep.
add a medium
Yep. There's
to
all
it
sorts of
also.
fabric mediums. Golden makes one.
Yeah.
Say Finishes makes one. Um,
I
if
think
if you're gonna
plaid.
go that way, you're limited by whatever color acrylic paint you have. But there's all sorts of great fabric paints out there. I just didn't happen to have red and blue. in my huge assortment of paints over there,
Yeah,
I did not have red or blue fabric. I had a blue, but it was a light blue. It wasn't what I wanted.
yeah.
Yes, they make variant mediums, and they can be used with regular acrylic paint. Lisa,
Yeah.
you're not blurry, Brenda said.
Oh, yay.
Imagine that. We have no idea what was going on.
No, Rich came in and I was like, I'm still on with Dan. It hasn't messed up once. I should have said that. Now it's gonna.
I bet your granddaughters will be even cuter. Yes, you know, I think these are adorable, and so
they're gonna
when
love
the
them.
grandkids come over, if they want to play, I always have to try and find things that they can do. But this would be super cute because then they can wear them. And yeah, it turned out cute. I wasn't sure. I had a totally different project in mind. And then I thought, no, I really want to do this. And if I don't do it now, another year because it's Americana. Not that you can only do Americana at 4th of July and Memorial Day and Labor Day, but I thought it would be super cute to do.
Yeah.
But I could see it on the pocket of a shirt. You know, I could see it on lots of different things.
You could just put it on a canvas and with a saying, and then plop it on the wall. All kinds of things you could do.
Tink Bell said she got the magazine. She's ready for summer. Woo. If you guys create anything from the magazine, we would love for you to share it. And do you love to craft?
Yep.
That's our group where you're able to share things. And we love to see what you guys are doing too. I'm so glad that Summer Magazine is done.
I know.
I'm already thinking about fall.
Yep.
But no, I'm happy. I'm happy that that's out and you guys have it and everything.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You put a lot of work in that magazine.
It's a little, but it's worth it when it's done.
Yes. Yes.
Were there any questions?
Not that I caught that.
Okay.
I answered or you did. I did post links for Stencil Girl and also for the Do You Love to Craft group. Make sure to like, comment, and share Anne's video with hashtag Bella Crafts to be entered into the giveaway next week. And a couple other links I put in. But yeah, we're good.
Isabel, you're right. The design could be applied on anything from jeans to bags to cushion covers, etc. Yeah. And it could be done on just cotton fabric and then applied to whatever too.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, so it doesn't have to be on the pockets. But
Yeah.
I just love how it turned out. They're so cute.
Yeah.
They're just so
Very,
cute. And this
very
is such
cute.
a tiny size.
Well,
It's a good
Callie's a tiny little girl. Well, she's not a little girl anymore, but
She still is my little girl.
yeah.
But I'm glad you guys liked the project. I would like to remind you guys that Tiffany and I do pajama party tonight at 9:00 Central Time. And our guest tonight is Christy Doherty, and she does Bible journaling and digitals. So she's our guest tonight. So come and see what we're going to share there. And then after that, we do our Whatnot auction, which has been going pretty well. I was thinking, I think I put too many things on Whatnot tonight because I'll have to have it all shipped tomorrow. My husband took tomorrow off. So I'm like, Tink Bell, where are you from if you're in your pajamas already?
Yeah.
You know the pajama party is past my bedtime. I know, Lisa. I know. It's past Isabel's bedtime. I mean, I know. Yeah. But that is traditionally when we had it back in 2010. So
yeah, years ago. Yep.
You do put a lot of work in the magazine. My brother used to make an alumni mag for college. He did the entire thing. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
A lot of work.
But I love it. And next week, Lisa will be traveling home from the mountains, so she will not be here. I will be here with Meg Daves. Oh, she is our newest author. And I ordered her a print copy and myself a print copy of her book. They have not come yet. I'm hoping they're here by next week because usually Mag Cloud, who we partner with for the print copies, it's usually 7 to 9 days, and I ordered it over 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I'm like, come on, get here quick.
Yeah.
Good, Helen. Yes. Hashtag Bella Crafts. Like, comment, and share with the hashtag Bella Crafts to be entered for next week's giveaway. Last week's giveaway we're going to announce here. Last week we did an interview with Rebecca Meyer, who is a dear friend and mixed media artist, and she has a new line of rice papers out. Yeah. And she is doing the giveaway, and the giveaway is actually one of her envelopes that she did with her papers. So it's a mixed media collage envelope.
Oh,
and I'm not sure if it's the one that's in the magazine because she did one for the magazine. I'm not sure if it's that exact one or if it's, you know, if she's like us, you make several.
Yeah.
You get the final one. So that I'll notify Rebecca of who the winner is. But Lisa, do you want to announce the winner?
Yes, but I don't have my crown. So
where is it? Oh, you can announce.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I don't have my crown. I it's at home on top of my Cricut.
She is the queen of giveaways. For those of you that weren't part of Americana, we had a crown sent to her.
Yes, they did.
During the giveaways so that, you know, so she could really feel a part of the event.
Oh, it was so funny. So wonderful, too. Okay, but the winner from last week is Laura Lee Alexander, and she's not here because I don't know. She
Congratulations, Laura Lee.
I don't know.
Isabel said she's not seeing the links on Facebook. Isabel, something's up with Facebook.
I'm telling you, I could not.
I did see a couple links in here that you put in.
And then they're not showing up on Facebook, Isabel?
Okay.
Because I can go ahead and post them after we're done. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why Facebook, they're not. So, but yeah, Facebook, it's had a few issues.
You think?
Tink said that she would tell Laura Lee that she won the prize.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Perfect. But
Well,
yeah, I'll go ahead and post them again when we're done. All
yeah,
of the links. Make sure everybody gets them.
yeah,
Yay.
because it was a link for the magazine, the link for
Your stencils.
the
Stencil
stencils,
girl.
my
Mhm.
glitter.
Oh no, I didn't put the glitter in. So see, there's another one I got to grab. Oh my goodness. All right, I will add that.
Yes. Well, thank you everybody for being here.
Yes.
And I hope you like the project. I love how it turned out. I can't wait to get one of my granddaughters in these jeans. I mean, they're shorts. They're short. I mean, they're shorts that are even, they're the distress. So
Yeah.
one of the girls should like them. I'm not sure. They might be a little bit big on them, but I think I could find one to model them for me.
All right.
Laura
Lori,
Lee, I'm in
there
the
she
lab for
is.
blood work. Oh,
A woman after my own heart, even in the hospital, and you're just,
well, Laura Lee, you won last week's giveaway. I didn't even know what it was that made, but it made my day. Okay.
Oh,
It's one of Rebecca's handmade envelopes with her brand new papers.
Oh.
So Laura Lee, I do have your address and I will
Mhm.
send that to Rebecca and she will get that off to you. I'm not sure if she's away for the holiday, but she'll get it off early next week. So congratulations.
I love that.
And I hope your blood work goes well.
Yes.
Yes. And we will see you later tonight, some of you, at the pajama party.
Yeah.
And the auction. And then see the rest of you next week at 2:00 Central Time. Meg Daves will be my special guest, and we will have her book to share with you.
Yes.
And she can show you all the fabulous cards she makes. I mean, she is card maker.
She's the card making queen. The card making queen. That girl, wow.
Yeah.
She whips them out.
Yeah,
yep.
She does.
Very cute too. Yay.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Remember to take some time to craft.
Yes, because it's good for your soul.
Okay. We'll see you all. Bye.
Bye.